Tonight, Prime Minister to deliver address on telecommunications in Geneva next week. Levuka commemorates International Day for Eradication of Poverty, and civil servants gather at Sukuna Park for PSC Sports Day. Good evening, you're watching Fiji Today. The Prime Minister, Commodore Bainimarama, will address a World Summit on telecommunications in Switzerland next week. Commodore Bainimarama will highlight the leaps Fiji has made in the telecommunications sector.
Commodore Bainimarama will speak at the Broadband Leadership Summit on Monday, 24th October, during the ITU Telecom World event in Palexpo, Geneva. The theme of the plenary session is Megabytes and MDGs, referring to broadband applications for healthcare, education and other Millennium Development Goals. Commodore Bainimarama, on the invitation of the Secretary-General of the ITU, will also deliver a keynote address at the opening of the ITU Telecom World Forum on Tuesday, 25th October. Attorney General Aya Said Kayum says these invitations are a high compliment to the Bainimarama government standing in the world community. He adds the government is committed to modernizing Fiji's infrastructure on every level to ensure Fijians can compete and succeed in the global community. Recent accomplishments of the government are launch of the first 3 government community telecenters at 3 schools around Fiji and Fiji's national broadband policy. These initiatives ensure Fiji is on course regionally and internationally in recognizing broadband as a vital tool for its citizens.
The first pool of senior civil servants being prepared for international postings completed their training this week. Permanent Secretary Parmesh Chand says the training was held so civil servants are able to contribute to our overseas missions.
Fiji needs diplomats that can be bold and energetic in their dealings with our foreign counterparts. As Fiji opens more embassies around the globe, the diplomatic training and the creation of a pool of senior civil servants savvy in diplomatic relations is a wise move. The workshop basically sharpens the skills of selected senior civil servants in dealing with foreign relations. Chan says this is the start of many more trainings to follow.
The necessity to convene the workshop really came from the recognition by the Prime Minister that we need to send people to be part of our missions overseas who know the job properly and who are able to contribute to the work of the missions and to articulate what Fiji stands for and what we are trying to do here. And this workshop is a beginning towards that. It's not an end in itself. There will be a lot more follow-ups done to be able to develop skills and competencies to better drive Fiji's international relations.
Fiji needs diplomats that can be bold and energetic in their dealings with our foreign counterparts.
The International Day for the Eradication of Poverty has been globally observed since October 17, 1972. This year, Fiji remembered this at 3 centers around the country: in Rakiraki for the Western Division, Nambowalu for the Northern Division, and Levuka for the Eastern Division. The day acknowledges the effort and struggle of people living in poverty and gives them a chance to have their concerns heard. We covered events marking the day in Levuka.
The Poverty Eradication Unit that is housed under the Prime Minister's office was at Wailelai settlement in the old capital. Officials of the unit carried out training with residents of Wailelai and at the same time identifying plans that can be implemented to raise standards of living in the community. Wailelai settlement was identified through the Office of the Commissioner Eastern Division as a community struggling under the weight of poverty. All these activities spring out of International Day for the Eradication of Poverty. This year's theme is Moving from Poverty to Sustainability. Assistant Commissioner Eastern Division Luke Morevalu says government will continue to work and carry out reforms to lift up the lives of the marginalized and the poor.
The 2011 theme, From Poverty to Sustainability, reminds and challenges us all that we have a role to play in this global fight to eradicate the poverty and raise Fiji to another level, a sustainable level, by including you and me in our concerted efforts to be at the center of inclusive development.
Oratory contests were organized. A contestant noted that hard work is an important component of eradicating poverty.
You are the center of development, so make it evident. Invent and implement things that can raise the standard of living and economic growth.
Currently, about 40% of the Fijian population lives in poverty, and about 60% of those in full-time employment are earning wages below the poverty line.
The Holy Book Ramayana states that poverty makes people suffer the most. If you are living in poverty, do you still want to lie in grave as the same position at which you were when you were born? As far as eradication of poverty is concerned, the main achievement indicator is your hard work, and there is no substitute for hard work. However, there is substitute to earn a living.
Assistant Commissioner Eastern Division Luke Morivalu has urged that people of Fiji must unite and work together so that government's commitment of reducing poverty to a negligible level by 2015 is realized.
Join us again after the break.